Hello, I'm Amber.
I'm Toni.
And we are tuned to the moon. We have another lovely guest, the energy artist, Donna.
Yes, Donna. Yeah, everyone knows me as energy artist.
Call you by your name today.
I love that. Do you know what? It's so funny, like, because people that you meet, I think quite often you just see their Instagram name.
Yeah.
Like, so I've met people before at like events and things and been like, oh, that's at whatever, and you're like, what's their actual name? Because like you're the guidance gal, like that's the guidance gal. What's her name?
Who's Toni?
Yeah, who's Toni? An alter ego. So you're the energy artist.
I'm the energy artist.
It's so nice to have you here.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
What do you think of our wee studio?
I think it's amazing, and I actually thought. I was wondering how the setup was going to be, but it's so good. It's incredible.
Do you know what we've got as well now? We've got mugs. Ta-da. I feel like
love it.
A little morning news presenter.
I know, it's so cute.
Mugs.
Well, you know you've made it when you've got your name on the mug.
Exactly. I love them. And it's probably because that Stanley Cup I brought in was like taking up half the space on the screen.
Let's order mugs.
Let's get mugs. And these little cards are great for hiding.
Yes.
I don't need to breathe in as much, which is great.
The pouch is gone.
You do not need to breathe in anyway. Neither of you do.
Oh, we do. So let's chat. Oh, wait a minute. Let's put this in Do Not Disturb.
I know.
And then, do you know what? That's actually Yvonne from the Scottish Ghost Company. She's still chasing us up to do a...
the ghost tour.
Yeah, we're going to go out.
You need to do it.
Yeah, I'm the one who's like, I'm feeling the fear.
Have you watched the episode?
I've half watched it because I fell
too
asleep.
long.
I fell asleep. No, I prefer long because I like going back and watching. So I like knowing like, okay, I'll watch 15 minutes then and then I'll maybe watch another day.
Yeah.
I like at another time. I like it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think you can get a lot more when the sessions.
Yeah.
Like, and there was 2 of them as well.
So
you've got more voices.
It'll probably be the same today for hours.
Yeah,
couldn't we?
They're trying to get us out to Tony's so up for it, for chatting to the spirits. I'm a little bit scared, a little bit reluctant, but we'll do it. We'll do it for the show.
We'll
What
drag
scares
you
you
along.
about it?
I think it's just, honestly, because I work on my own at nights and I already feel like I hear a lot.
Yeah, you said that
It just scares me that if I kind of connect a bit more, that they're going to be like, there's a portal, we'll just use her. And like they're all in the studio with me. And then
you
all
might
of a
just be
sudden...
able to communicate with them.
I know.
Instead of just you talking to them and not hearing much back from
I
them.
shit myself the other night. I was, oh God, I was speaking. I was actually like, pre-recording a little local thing and I was speaking. I don't know if it was my headphones or if it was a guy, but I swear I saw this black figure and it actually was like, my blood went cold, but I thought I'm not going to like scream or anything. I was just like, and then I just kept talking and I was like, but then I started thinking, oh, it was just your headphones, Amber, but... Yeah.
Was that in the Clyde studio? Oh my gosh, yeah. There is a few places in Glasgow. I mean, I haven't watched the whole episode yet, so maybe they've mentioned it, but the Central Hotel is also really haunted.
They were
Central
under
Station.
Central
That's
Station, but they didn't mention the hotel.
So there's a floor in Central Hotel where I've seen like some clips and stuff, like people have been getting ready and their wine glasses have came like off the thing, or staff members refuse to go down that hallway. Like I think they must have room service and stuff like that.
We should find someone that works there and talk to them.
I think my friend's uncle does. See, when I was doing readings a lot more, they contacted my friend to ask if we would go out and do a paranormal thing in there, but I was obviously like, no, I don't do that. That's not my...
Now you're like that, right? And
that's not my field.
Maybe we should do
that.
that.
That was the Grand Central Hotel, so that's the same one, isn't it?
Yeah.
And maybe we could ask if we can have a nice wee stay overnight and see if we hear anything.
Yeah.
I was going to
say that.
If I have a stay overnight somewhere with no toddler, no, I wouldn't hear anything. I'd sleep for 12 hours solid. That would be great. Anyway, I love chatting about ghost stories and stuff, especially when it is in Scotland. But what is it you do? Because you do some really, really interesting things. Your page on Instagram is really cool. So tell us a little bit about what it is you do and how you got into it all.
Oh, I mean, yeah. So at this current moment, I'm working with women in business. They're my favourite people to work with because they're driven. They've got visions. They've got goals. Sometimes they just struggle to get there or feel the confidence getting there or feel like people focus so much on how they're going to do something and they don't focus on like the big vision.
Yeah.
So I've always been really interested in, well, that manifesting your goals, your dreams, whatever it is that you want to achieve in your life. So that's the first part. But then I've also got this other side to me where I've always been super interested in anything unseen, spiritual, esoteric, like knowledge. And I actually grew up going to church. So it actually goes all the way back to then because the church that we went to, it was quite spiritual, like people would, there was something I used to go to called Light in Life, and it's like a spiritual fair but Christian.
Oh.
So they would
That's actually cool.
Yeah, they would do readings, they would do all different, like, not like tarot or cards or anything, but just more prophetic reading. You would just sit down with someone and they would start telling you what they were feeling, and they would use...
See, this actually sounds really ignorant. I didn't think that would be allowed in some churches that weren't like a spiritualist church.
I think it's quite...
But maybe it kind of was borderline spiritualist church as well.
Yeah, it's definitely more. It is definitely Christian because they use scripture and things like that. But like the concept was like a spiritual fair. So yes, I think that is been part of my life growing up. And one lady there actually drew me. I don't know what age I would have been. Probably like between 10 and 14. And I went to one of the fairs, and a woman drew me a picture of like my life, my future life, and it was like a vision. It was like a painting. She just sat in front of me and drew like a path.
Wow.
Yeah, and I still have it. And she did one for my mum as well. And I just keep it because I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. I just always going to keep it. And she gave me a message with it that was just personal to me at the time. And so, I've always been really interested in that. So I love business. I worked in sales as well. I've been to uni. I've got a degree in design practice and different sort of design things. Like I love art. I love anything where you're using, I guess it's your subconscious mind, like your deeper levels of consciousness.
See, I've always loved your name, the Energy Artist, because I just thought that was really clever, but now it seems to like tie in even more because you are like a really creative person, like an artist. I love that. That's cool.
Side,
see that picture, just going back to it, like you obviously don't have to disclose what's on it, but was it almost like predictions? Did stuff actually happen? Or like, without sounding really morbid, like where does it end?
Oh, well, it never ends. Like, never ends.
So it's basically like reincarnations and stuff?
Well, no, I just mean life. Like this life ends, but it never ends. Like there's definitely something after.
Yeah.
So
I love that. This is why you're here.
Yeah.
Because we just like...
the soul is infinite. It's never dies. Yeah. So nobody knows the answers. Yeah. Anyone can tell you what they believe they think is true. Yeah. But nobody knows the truth.
I am always that person who clicks, like the clickbait articles that's like, man died for 5 minutes and says what it's like. I'm always like, tell me what it's like, John. Yeah. I need to know. Or like, woman says what she saw before dying and now she's not scared. I'm like, tell me. I am that person because I will admit that I really do believe that the soul is infinite, but I also like to have almost like a proof. I like to have a story, something that I know. That's been my issue for a while, is the control. Yeah, I fear not having the control over.
You need to know
what's going to happen. Yeah, what's going to happen.
Yeah,
I need to know that, like, okay, ideally I'd be 150 and then I'd die in my sleep, but then my soul can still watch everything going on. I've got no FOMO.
Yeah.
I can't actually, I still really struggle to grasp that concept of this
and
life
that's
ending.
The women that I work with, because many of them, that is like you that exact thing. You're wanting evidence. You're wanting, the reassurance that everything's going to be okay, and that you want to know the answers before anything's even happened or before you've taken a step. And that imagine that didn't exist within you. What would your life look like? What would you be doing? What would you...
How do I get rid of that though? Like, do I need hypnotised?
Well, that's actually something that's part of what I do. Like, so I've done some NLP, some coaching, past life regression, and I'm studying quantum healing hypnosis. So, which is Dolores Cannon. You'll know who that is. Do you know who that is?
No, I feel I've heard the name.
Well.
Yeah. Have I heard the name?
Yeah.
You will.
She's very familiar.
Loads of her stuff.
Yeah. So
she's like talks about the Earth School and
yeah,
that's why
I'd be lying if I said I know exactly
You'll know
who
her
you're talking about. But
no, it's quite niche though, isn't it? So I think like unless you're actually doing this work, I feel you probably wouldn't know.
Wouldn't.
Like,
totally.
So I'm studying that at the moment, and that is just bringing me like every time I think I know something, I realise I know nothing.
Yeah,
basically, because it's like there's levels of consciousness that we can access and bring back into this time that we're living in to help us become our truest, most authentic self.
God, there's so much in that to break down, isn't there? Because even just you saying in this time, you're touching on timelines, and then you're talking about like the quantum field. That's what you say, isn't it?
Yep.
Is that like, would some people call that the universe? Is that kind of the same thing, or is that different?
So everything is energy.
Yeah.
So everything you see and touch and interact with is energy, just with energetic fields vibrating at different densities and speeds, which is what gives it its, like, either it's solid or it's not, or it's, different things like that. So everything starts as energy. Conception, a baby, starts as energy. Starts as, I think there's
never have energy for that.
Yeah. A soul, a being, it starts with energy.
Yeah.
Everything, even this like podcast, this idea was the idea was a frequency or energy before you brought it into reality. So when you go into the quantum field, or when you go into hypnosis or theta brainwaves, so like really slow brainwaves, you can start to connect with your highest timeline, which is what I help women do. When they see that highest timeline, they know things. Like there's no control, there's no like, oh, I don't know this, they know straight away. Like someone will come in and have a conversation with me like this, and then they'll be saying, oh, I don't know about this, and I don't know if I should do that. As soon as we go into that meditation, they know all the answers.
Yeah. So are you like Toni? You're responsible for breakups and businesses shutting down.
Basically.
And there have been so many times with Toni that someone's like, so that's that. I've decided to shut my business. And you're like, God,
the boyfriends hate me, the clients hate me.
But it's true though, like that's actually a good point to make. You've probably known the answer, but you need that guidance and reassurance,
because you never have to actually outsource your answers.
I think that's the important thing, isn't it?
You never need to know any information. It's all within you. Sometimes you just need someone to bring it out of you.
Is that like when you were saying to me before, why do you want a reading? Because I was asking for a reading with someone and I said, oh, I want answers to this, that, and you were like, don't go for answers, like
I'm kind of at, like when you asked before we were talking why I don't do it, that is one of the main things. I would rather help people tap into their own answers now than me be the one that's giving them those answers.
But I think a lot of people want to go for a reading and it's like, oh, your grand's saying break up with him, so you're like, oh well, that's fine, that's proof, and my my dead granny's
telling me to do it.
But like a lot of people I think do feel that they need that, and I'm definitely one of those people. Sometimes if I'm stuck,
but that's because you're not tapped into your own knowing.
I'll go and message a psychic on Instagram, be like, when can I have a reading, because I want an answer to a question. Then if they do me a reading and it comes up vaguely, I'm like, that's not a solid answer. But I never ever think it's rubbish, don't worry. But I definitely, that's the help that probably a lot of women are stuck like, that's what I need to do.
So if I feel that somebody, because I do too, well, I do like the quantum woman, which is the going into the quantum field, talking about your vision, seeing your vision, getting your vision.
That sounds so cool. The quantum field says it's Star Wars.
Yeah, but it is. It's like, so you go into just like blank space and then you land on your highest timeline, all guided, by my voice, and then you tell me what you're seeing. And then I take notes of it, or they'll remember it.
Does everybody see something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time.
That's amazing.
And they get the answers that they need to take that next step, because they'll get what they need in that moment. And then they'll be able to go back out into, I call it the 3D, right? So I was in the 3D. But then their job is to hold the vision, hold the frequency of the vision, because when they're in that, they're like, oh, I feel amazing, I feel free, I feel excited, I feel all of these things, and they can actually feel it in their bodies if it's
vibration.
real. Yeah. So they've changed their vibration, but then they have to go back out into the same reality. Yeah. Because it doesn't just change like that. That's what I think people don't realise. That's the thing. It's not like you're going to go do that one time, and then everything that you want is going to land on your lap. You then have to hold that frequency throughout the recalibration into the highest timeline. So you, for example, might get fired from your job. You might want to quit your job. Something might come out about your relationship that you don't want to be in it anymore, or you want to, because it's no longer in alignment with your frequency, because you've shifted your frequency. So that's what that does. And then if someone comes for a reading, I read on their highest timeline. So again, it's mostly women in business. So people tend not to come to me for things like, I don't know, like simple things that they know what they need to do themselves already.
They just don't want to do it.
So I think just because like the way that I position myself, and I really do deeply know who I want to work with and who I don't, because I don't want to work with everybody.
Do you say no to some people in a nice way?
Absolutely.
It's you keeping yourself in alignment, isn't it? With your highest vision and what you know that
if something doesn't if it doesn't align with you, you can't.
Yeah, I've said no to loads of things. I've said no to opportunities to meet with other people. I've said no to opportunities to clients, or if I feel that they are coming for maybe not the most aligned sort of reasons, then I will just get them to close their eyes and go inward. That's, and then they get the answer, and then we'll pull cards once they've got the answer. They're not outsourcing the answer anymore. The cards are a reflection of what's going on within you, so that you can actually move forward with like a deeper sense of self. It's all about identity. It's all about raising your frequency to change your identity, to change your reality.
And I imagine a lot of people, when they come out of the session with you, they are, like you say, they're going back to their reality, and probably there are a lot of blocks in the way. Or for example, you might, there may be somebody in your family or friendship group that really isn't on that same frequency. Do you find some people are kind of brought down again a bit and need to come back because they're like, this isn't happening? Or because reality kicks in, as in, people here that are maybe surface level. I can totally imagine that.
So I think they get a lot of resources from me. Whether they use them or not, that's up to them. I'll send links, I'll send either my own recordings or things that they can use. I always keep in conversation with my clients anyway, and then some of them come back 6 months time, either for a check-in or just, and then I've got clients who I work with every single week, because I've got different calibers different levels of clients doing different things. Some of my clients are just starting their own business. Some of them are extremely wealthy, successful, high level, high thinking, people who have huge businesses. So and I would say the more you want to do in your life, the more you want to achieve, the more you want to invest in this side of things, because the identity that got you, let's say, for example, you start your business, you're on your own, you're making 10K months or something like that. Your identity got you to that point, but it isn't going to take you to the next. It can't, it physically can't, because you have to shift something within you to be able to hold that next level of finances or money or success or team or your team or whatever it is that you're doing. But everything is just energy. So I don't see, you can have anything you want because it's a byproduct of you. So if you change you, then you can have whatever you want. There is no limits.
And that has been going around for a while as well, the kind of, got a long time ago with Rhonda Byrne and The Secret and manifestation, but it's almost like next level, isn't it?
I think
people
it's
have
people
to tap in more,
realising it's a deeper level, and we're calling it manifestation, but it's a lot. It's something totally.
It's almost just become like every day, like, manifest it.
It's a trend now. Whereas this,
but you actually can manifest
a whole other level,
because manifesting isn't something that you do. It's something you are. You are manifest. To manifest just means to make something real. So you're already real. So all the manifestation practices that we see on social media, they're great for keeping your mindset in alignment. But I would say that's what got me started. But then when I started looking into everything, like the different dimensions and collapsing timelines and your subconscious, and now obviously with what I'm studying and what I'm reading and learning, honestly, I would go as far as saying you don't even need to do any of that manifestation stuff.
Woohoo, we love you. This is what I say.
That's what Toni says.
I actually don't. I think it's fun. I think it's
like if it brings you enjoyment, that's cool. But
and
like you're doing it because if you're like really trying to grovel and do all of this every day,
inspiration. But like you say, a lot of it's a stepping stone for people. It's that starting place, and I still think there is a place for it in that regard. If people are just at the start of their journey, if we started spouting all this stuff about collapsed timelines and quantum fields, they'd be like, what the hell?
Talk more about this. Like, I'll sit back and watch this. Talking about collapsed timelines, that sounds so cool. Like,
because time's just an illusion. Time is not real. Time is what we perceive time through our own lived experience. So, for example, have you ever heard time flies when you're having fun? Because, it actually does speed up. So, when someone's in true alignment, which is what when you go into the quantum field, you see your vision, you meet yourself, you do all those things, you become in alignment with your highest timeline. So what we perceive as collapse in time is actually just true alignment, I think.
So what does that mean?
So if you collapse time, it's like the thing that I want is there and it just comes straight in really quickly. So it's like, there's no waiting. It just happens.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. But
it's not magic, it's actually happening, but it's like a man-made thing time. So people have... I get that.
So when you... this is just my theories, right? But...
Which we respect
that.
Toni's always like
you
that.
Get the
like,
hate if
this
you don't.
is what
just
I believe.
Yeah, this is just my
but
beliefs.
I love that.
Yeah.
Pleased to share it.
Yeah. So, I think time is an illusion, and when you're in true alignment, it goes really quickly, which makes you feel like it's just landed in your reality. But, time, we are in a space-time dimension, aren't we? Mm-hmm. So the first dimension is like up and down. Second dimension is left and right. Third dimension is like all the way around, which is what we're in. Uh-huh. So, for example, I was actually saying this morning, but see this mug? It's 3D.
Yeah.
Okay? But it casts a 2D shadow. Uh-huh. Yeah? But this 2D shadow doesn't know that this 3D mug exists. Okay? So... we are the 3D mug. I'm touching your glass as well, sorry. But
it's fine.
I'm like touching the rim with my finger. But the 3D mug is us. So how do we not know that we're just a projection, like the 2D shadow of some 4D dimension?
Oh, wow.
You're lost, aren't you?
No, I'm just like, that's mind-boggling, isn't it?
But do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we won't know that 4D exists.
Yeah.
Because 2D doesn't know that 3D exists.
God. But does AI know it exists? Because that seems to know everything right now, doesn't it?
Oh, that's
everyone's using bloody...
Let's not go there.
We should actually do an
episode in itself.
You should, yeah. But...
yeah, that is honestly that's wild.
That will start wars.
Yeah, literally.
yeah.
That is actually quite a crazy concept, though.
So that's time.
To get your head round.
And then you've got the fifth dimension, and then it goes all the way up to some people believe there's 7, some people believe there's 10.
Yeah.
Also, there are like a specific number, or is it just infinite?
With different belief systems, believe different things. Yeah, but there's definitely. The highest one would be just pure divine consciousness. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
And what would that like? So this is where I think too much.
Yeah.
Like, how would you get there, and who is there, and what do you believe it looks like there, or is that just like a spiritual being, like a soul purpose? You've done everything on earth, and you're now just basically God.
I don't. Well, that's something we'll figure out soon.
You're hoping to get there.
I think we spoke about it a wee bit before when we've been talking about kind of a lot of people shifting from that 3D to 5D right now.
What do you mean? How?
Oh yeah, because there's a whole split in consciousness at the moment.
See, I'm so interested in this, but I'm not an expert in any of these fields, so I'm like, this interests me so much, but what the hell?
I find it even hard to explain because I think it's more of like a feeling rather than words.
Right, so there's an ascension of humanity, right? Or there's different types of people on Earth. Like some are non-character players, so they're just totally unconscious. They get up, they go to work, they drink their wine, they believe everything that's on the TV, they listen to, you know, they just don't, they're not conscious, they're living on autopilot.
Yep.
Right? Then
they believe time is a thing.
Yeah. They believe that all this is real.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And they definitely do not follow.
But they
the
don't
planets.
question anything. They don't question anything. Yeah. They don't question anything. So that's it, right? So
awareness is maybe not as
heightened.
Yes. And so that, I would say there's, you know, different types of people. There's then people, I would say, like, I don't know what if you were to put a label on it, but you know, there's just people who are maybe in the middle, and then there's people who feel like they just genuinely can't be part of society anymore because it's absolutely exhausting for them. You know, like they feel and see and hear and everything. They see through everything. Like they see through, like, I get it's like a lot of the media stuff as well, isn't it? Like everything that's on, you know, social media and everything. It's they see through it. So they're the types of people that would be sort of remove themselves from.
But a lot of, or maybe if I'm thinking of the same kind of people, a lot of them seem to be at the moment kind of coming out and talking about these theories or what they're seeing through on TikTok and Instagram and things. And it's not that it's a bad thing. It's probably good to raise consciousness and awareness, but it creates a lot of divide, arguments, I think, and that's negative, isn't it?
I think there is a lot of that. I don't know what your thoughts are on it, but obviously we have a podcast where we talk about a lot of stuff, but I do watch what I'm saying, or I did watch. I actually don't post even on my Instagram or anything anymore because I was feeling that, like I was having to question whether I should be, because is it creating more of a divide rather than that teaching and that awakening? Is it just causing more, like TikTok, for example? Is it just causing absolute chaos with, like, it becomes a bit of a battle between that side and that side rather than I
think I'm not on TikTok, which I think is probably a bit more like Wild West than Instagram. But
it is, some of our clips have done amazing on there, but also created a lot of
there's a lot of
but that's also a good
negativity on TikTok.
I also think that's not a bad thing.
No,
we were working with a pendulum one time, and there was a lot of people saying it wasn't actually legit, and Toni did, bless her, Toni did this big like proof video, like 10 minutes long.
I had it hanging on a door handle,
and she's like,
not touching it.
It's moving, because they were like that. She's moving, and you're always going to get people.
But also, again, why does it even really matter? Like, because this is the other thing. I do think our thoughts, like, we're a signaler and a receiver in the quantum field. Like, this is like all energy that we're around right now. So our thoughts, even if you know, you've focused on something for long enough, it might change form, it might change shape. So
we've spoken about that,
but also
my face.
I also believe, like, when you're using things like pendulums or whatever, you can just use it to get answers from your own intuition.
Yeah, that's what I always use.
I think, like, although, right, what's your goal in life, right? Because if you've got a podcast, if you've got a business, your goal is probably not for nobody to know about it, right? So you want people to know about it and
have opinions.
And have opinions, but you don't have to buy into everybody's opinion, and you also you're doing something right. If it's a wee bit polarizing, then you're doing something right. And there's going to be people that love you, there's going to be people that hate you, and that's absolutely fine.
Someone that I used to work with used to always say, you can't be everybody's cup of tea or you'd be a mug.
Exactly.
So a 3D mug in the 3D world.
And if you speak to no one, if you speak to everyone, you speak to no one, and it gets lost in the abyss. So actually,
people are going to hear
and I think I only share my content about the quantum field and about manifesting, or, you know, changing your life, whatever I'm interested in, if I'm honest, right? Because it's my business, my page. Totally. But I don't do it from I mean this in the best way possible. I don't really give a shit if anyone likes it or not. I do it because I love it.
That's kind of how I feel, to be fair, about this podcast, because there's a lot of people with see, even like, oh God, just like people that I work with, is nothing like negative really, but you know, they kind of make fun of it or laugh or be like, oh, not make fun. How am I So like make it into a bit of a laugh, you know. So like say, "Oh, Amber's dead spooky," and I'll just laugh along. Or like when we was kind of talking about doing the ghost hunting and stuff at Clyde One, and that's spooky. Like you're clearly moving that, or that's the noise. That's the vending machine, whatever.
Yeah,
just like not rubbishing it, but I'm like, I feel like I look at them and I'm like, you're projecting a fear. Because you actually know there's something in this building. You know there's something in this building. But also for me, I'm kind of like, I don't really care what people think. Like I love it, and that's why we started this. Toni knows a lot more about it, and I'm just very interested in like, tell me more.
But I think
what's something that you want to manifest in?
We could go on all day.
What's your main thing?
I think I would like to do. I think you know this. On screen stuff.
Yeah.
I want to work on screen as well as on radio.
So the extent to which you don't have what you want is only the extent to which you're resisting it. So it's already there. If you can see it in your head, it's already in the quantum field waiting for you to select it.
Tell producers that.
Yeah.
Well,
but you will tell producers that if you release the resistance.
I can see it.
So there's something within you that needs to be released.
It's already starting. PCs are moving. Opportunities are coming through here. Things are
because you're coming out of the mold of what you think other people think you should do.
That's very true. It's the mold, isn't it? People create, and I think as well. I got into the industry, I'm in very young, and probably a lot of people, I think you actually felt that with Toni used to have a salon and used to work hair and beauty and things. I think you probably felt that as well, a lot of people, and I'm not sure if you did. You feel like you are put into that. What do you want to do when you leave school? That's you chosen that's you in that mould.
100%.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, and also, I'm very spiritual, but I love money.
Yeah,
and
who doesn't?
I love money. I love success. I love nice things. I'm not really somebody who wants to go. Like, it depends what kind of camping. If it was glamping, then maybe. But just
you're speaking my language. Camping is not for me.
Why can't you
5-star hotel or nothing?
Yeah,
but you can't admit that in this society, right?
I can.
Well,
it's maybe that's it. That holding back and just saying
because of the beliefs you have. So.
Yeah, if you like me, you like me, and if
the fear of judgment.
That's it. It's the fear of judgment. But then also that creeps in from. I remember having an old boss years ago, right? I was only like 19 and I drove my first car was a Micra, and it was
mine. Was it? Oh my god,
like a little silver Micra, and it was like they needed stuff done to it, but it was great for me to run around. And I remember saying on the radio when I was like 19, oh yeah, it's cold this morning. Like in my car, it said it was like -2, and this old boss that we had was like, you can't be saying that. That makes it sound like you've got a big fancy car. And I was like, my 56 plate Micra tells me the temperature outside. Like, so then I was like, okay, I really need to watch what I'm saying here. So like, if I'm going on holiday or whatever, I would then be like, I saved up really, really hard for like a long time, and I'm going to justify. And it came from that small little comment, which was crazy.
But it's good to even know where that's came from.
Yeah, but I remember
why
thinking,
did he say that to you?
Yeah,
more to the point.
I don't know,
because he's worried about what other people think about him.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, it is, because
in his business.
Why would that matter?
I know.
So he's thinking,
why would it matter if it was a 56 plate Micra or a brand new Ferrari?
Either something like, people are going to wonder how much you get paid. So no one's ever thinking about you. Which
at the time was absolute buns.
Pennies.
Because he doesn't want to give the impression that. So I don't know. That's just a variable, but
no, totally. And I think people, it maybe is a fear. People don't talk about things like that, or like that. Moments you've been shut down or put into a mold, and that's where obviously you and the work that you do can really help elevate.
Yeah, because sorry.
No, you go.
No, I was just going to say, this is something I had to work through as well, because. Like going to church, I still believe in God.
Yeah.
My beliefs are not to one specific religion.
Yeah.
But I definitely believe in God. I believe in angels. I believe in mysticism. I believe in, the subconscious, the superconscious. Like, I believe that this is all just temporary and that we're co-creators in this. So we can have whatever we want, but we have to go into the field and come back and then do the work. So, but that took me a long time to be able to admit that, to be okay with actually just realising like, oh wait, I am a human and my identity is going to change throughout my entire life. So I may as well just be okay with that right now, because I could speak to you guys in a year.
Totally
and
different.
if I wanted to be, you know, I don't know, like in another faith or religion, then that's what I would do. I'm not going to then go and say, oh no, I'm not doing that because I've said this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That does make sense.
Yeah.
What I was going to ask, I guess, kind of ties into it. I was going to ask, did you kind of wait until you felt like you were on your highest timeline before starting this, or are we always working to get to that highest timeline?
I had absolutely no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
I was not on my highest timeline. I was... In 2023, I had like a dark night of the soul. I was drinking too much. I was like... and my life just felt like a disaster. But what I realise now, it was an awakening. It wasn't like, it was a good thing. It wasn't a bad thing. And from then, I woke up and I hadn't done any other courses. I was working in like my other just retail sales job.
Your 3D job.
yeah, my 3D job. And I just started calling myself a life coach. So I just started to, and I think I phoned my mum and I was like, I'm a life coach. And she was like, what the heck is going on?
That's a funny way to say hangover.
I know. Yeah, I think I was still hungover. But, you know, I just started saying that's who I am. And then the 3D had to catch up. That's when things started coming in. And
shifting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I never feel ready and I never feel confident. I just do it anyway.
Yeah.
And feel the fear and do it anyway.
Yeah. All the time. Like... You know, even yous were like, do you want to come on here? And I was just like, yeah, okay. I don't even think about it. I don't even think about it now. I just feel it in my body. Yeah. If it's a yes, it's a yes. Yeah. I don't even, my brain, it's got to the point now where I don't even listen to my thoughts,
it's
really.
important to feel.
Which is good.
Toni always says that.
Isn't it? You're listening to your body.
Yes.
That's your known.
And you say that all the time, and I've taken that on board with things that I was saying yes to everything, things I didn't even want to do, and it's now the feeling. Yeah. If I even have a slight hesitation,
it's the resistance.
I'm like that, feel
like
into it.
I had a couple of clients reach out, and obviously through doing this, that's going to happen, asking for readings over the past couple of weeks, and obviously your head does go in, and I'm like, oh, it's coming, is that a sign that I should be? But the heaviness in my body, I'm like, I don't want to be doing fucking readings.
Yeah.
So, no.
Yeah, if you don't want to do
that
it,
does not feel right for me right now.
Yeah.
Whereas before I'd have been like, right, just do it.
Just do it. Like, good girl.
Going with that heaviness. Oh, like I should be doing that. I should be helping them. No, I can help them in other ways. Here's what we can do. Here's who you can go and see if it's a reading you're looking for.
I think that's important too. Like,
but
passing
my body's
on.
Screaming.
So it's really interesting as well, because like if I'd go a wee bit back in my journey, I had no money. I was in debt. I was drinking too much. I was all these things. I was also very spiritual then, all through my life, right? So I was doing readings in pubs. Red flag. Don't do that, okay? Because you will get some dense energy on you. It was not good. So anyway, learn my lesson. Won't be doing that anytime soon. And so I needed help. I needed to learn how to be the best version of myself. I needed therapy, probably. I just needed help. I needed to speak to people who were like outside of my brain to mirror it back to me. So then I found this woman on Instagram, and she was running a coaching program for like, I don't know, I think it was like a few months long. And it was £3,000, and I did not have the money. I was like, no, don't have that. But I put it in my diary. I said, right, this is what I'm doing on this date. And every day I would wake up and I would open my laptop and imagine that I was on the calls and like just actually just act as if I was already on it.
Yeah, that is like powerful manifesting, isn't it?
And then they launched a competition, 7-day competition.
Shut up.
And
you were like, I've won it.
Yep. So I did show up for the 7 days to do it, and then I won. So I got into that. Then I manifested free therapy. I manifested, then this was like a year later or around, oh my God, I'm so terrible with times and dates, but
because it doesn't
exist, right? Just at some point I manifested.
I love it.
I manifested like 10 weeks of it's called intuitive psychology coaching. So so done all of that. It's been amazing. And also, what was I going to say about that? Because so the other thing is, when you're doing these things, you're priming your brain for the experience. So for example, when I got the intuitive psychology sessions, that post was up for 3 seconds or something like that. And I went straight on and took it. Again, not using my logical mind. Plus, I had primed my brain to look for things like this.
Yes.
So for anyone that's like, oh, it's woo-woo, it's not. It's called confirmation bias. You train your brain to believe it's real, and it will look for the experiences to match that belief.
Yeah.
That's it. So there's magic.
Yeah.
I believe in magic. I believe in energy.
Yeah.
But you can, that's how you're a co-creator, because no matter what, if you can work through the resistance, so instead of sitting there going, oh, I really need help, wish someone would come and help me, no one's coming to save you. Like, nobody. So you sit and you tell yourself it's already done enough times, and it will start to appear, or you will start to see it because it's already there.
I do believe that happened with my job in radio when I was younger, because I was so determined, and opportunities just kept coming up because of that. Like, I believed it, and I did it when I was in that wee Micra every day. It was a Mini Cooper. It was a black Mini Cooper, and I then got a silver Mini Cooper, but I always wanted the black one. But again, it was the money. It was the John Cooper Works, like the black alloys. That was the car, and even the silver Mini Cooper was the black one. And then I eventually got it, and then I had to get a bigger car because I had a baby. But I had years of that car, and I loved it. But that was like, I used to do that every day in my Micra. This is the black John Cooper Works Mini Cooper. Like, I love this car; it's amazing. And did it with I used to always say, like, to myself, genuinely, like, out loud, I would say when I was driving to my work, oh, like, I love that I get to be on Clyde One and I've got my own show, and I was going to read the travel. But like, I always
That's
said,
exactly
like,
what I've
that
done.
is what but I kind of stopped doing it really when I got I got my own show eventually after years, and then I became mum and stuff, and I've really lost that not the ability, not the, I guess, just your way a little bit. And you probably find that. But I felt like I was master manifester when I was younger, because I just kept.
Well, I think your identity shifts a lot as well when you become mum. So
totally, but then we believe it, don't we? Because I'll say to myself, oh, like, I've taken a big step back in my career. You know, I'm saying no to opportunities because I'm mum, and I love being mum. But now I'm like seeing,
starting to creep back.
It's just coming back. Because I'm like, oh, well, I want to be mum, but I also want to do this and do that and do other things. So,
but then the belief will come in like, oh, well, you can't do it all.
Well, that's then where But then I'm thinking, like, all of this aligns. Like, we have you on the pod. We're starting the pod. All of this stuff, and it's like it all starts to be relevant.
Yeah, it's all relevant. Like, I don't believe in coincidences.
No, they don't.
Ever.
Think so.
What do you think coincidence is?
Alignment.
So when people say, like, oh, that is such a coincidence, I was just talking about that.
Oh, no, so I think it's something called the invisible string theory.
Oh, I love that theory. Explain that.
Yeah, so it's where we're all just one. So we're all one consciousness. We're all just expressions of the same source, consciousness, right? So if you think of it like the sun, right? So the sun is the main source, and the little rays are like every person on earth. So every ray is a person. And then when your physical body dies, you go back to the source, right? So then whatever happens after that. So
what does happen after?
The invisible string theory is that we're all connected. Although when I googled it said something else. So there might be different types of
I also saw there's like a red string theory.
What's that?
It's like I think it's similar to the invisible string, but the red string theory is like you've been in the same place and the same time as someone else, but never met them until the right point in your life.
Yeah, but doesn't that show that there's no coincidences?
Yeah, because I feel like that really strongly with one of my friends, and all of the coincidences, we'd be like, oh my God, I was there, I did that.
And you never
How
ever
have we never met? And then we met when we were pregnant, and we were like, it's taking the boys. to get us.
Because they are supposed to know each
It's
other.
them that are to know each other.
It's them
yeah.
that are to know each other, not you. Not you.
necessarily
Sorry,
you guys. Yeah.
Well, that's that then. I'll block.
Sorry.
Delete her number.
No, you need to stay friends for the boys.
I'll need to stay friends
They've
with
got
the
stuff.
boys. That's fine.
They've got stuff going on. They need to know each other.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I think and then thoughts are just energy. So do we actually think our thoughts or do we receive our thoughts?
I like
that's are we just always receiving signals from...
you think it's you, but is it actually you?
Yeah.
So see that, just going back to that invisible string theory, because I jumped in with the red string one that I saw when you obviously Googled it and said there was something different, and that's, again, that's why Google and AI and everything sometimes
there's so
is just...
much out there.
Oh, there's so much. It's
Yeah,
not
just
always the best.
because I've been calling it that for as
So
long as I can remember. So I thought, I'm going to look up.
that the invisible string is kind of source, where we're from.
I think,
And we're all just
and
like
we're all
synchronicities.
connected. So when you think of someone, how do you know that they haven't just thought of you and you are just receiving the signal?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
So when you text me and I go, I was just going to text you.
Yeah, because you are both on the same frequency. Oh yeah, and there is actually, I think there's scientific evidence that when you're with someone for a long period of time, your brainwaves sync up.
Oh yeah.
So you would have similar thoughts.
That happens with menstrual cycles as well in friends.
The body's so
cool.
intelligent. So yeah, I think anything's possible, but also emotional contagion is real. So emotional contagion is your heart has a biofield that can be measured outside of your body. And within that biofield, you emit signals of different emotions. So if we're all connected right now, if you were feeling sad, I could probably feel that you're feeling sad. Although most people just don't. Everyone has the ability to do that.
Yeah.
But you just don't have the awareness to know that it's not yours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I'd be like, oh, I'm feeling really sad.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's
me.
you.
Yeah.
So, or happy, right?
Yeah.
Because it could be anything. So it's when you're with someone, you're like, oh my gosh, I feel amazing when I'm with them.
Yeah.
So, but intuition is an interesting thing because you have to trust it without any evidence. Because so many people are like, I'm so intuitive. I'm like, okay, so do you act on that intuitive nudge, or do you just wait till something actually happens and go, I knew that was going to happen? Because if you're
not trusting it, you're waiting on it to show you.
Everybody has intuition.
Yeah.
Everybody has it. But do you actually know how to work with it? Do you know how to hear it? Do you know,
I've had that so many times when you want to say something and you're like that. Oh my God, I knew you were going to say that.
Your doubt again.
Yeah, it's your doubt.
Yeah, your logical brain's well, there's no evidence that that's appropriate, so let's not say that right now.
And I bet so many people have had that as well.
Yeah. So everybody has intuition. All you have to do is start, and it's not, so intuition is completely neutral. It's not got any spiky feeling in it. It's not got this rush or this immediate feeling. It's just a deep inner knowing, okay, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I just know I'm supposed to do it.
Yeah.
That kind of feeling. Yeah.
It's not overwhelming. It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why when you're doing readings for someone, and I don't really get a heavy or dense feeling when I'm reading because I don't really do mediumship.
Yeah.
But also, I'm reading on people's highest timeline. There's always a really clear intention for that's
it's
just
a nice
the way.
vibration, isn't it?
And I'm reading from intuition. So when I'm saying things, it can sound quite blunt, but that's because when you're reading from that place, there is no emotion.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, it's just
Fact, basically.
I just say it's
Yeah.
not. I just call it that's when I'm saying to you, it's like a nothing.
It's a nothing.
It's just a nothing. It's just not even peace. That's probably the best way to describe it, but it's not even. There's just nothing.
Yeah.
It's and you don't know.
Stillness. I don't know.
You don't know why you're saying it, but you're just saying
Well,
it.
take me there. That sounds nice.
Yeah.
So you're talking about the readings then, just on a final note, did you kind of start this journey or was a huge part of it with tarot? Because I know that you use your cards. Do you still use them when you are working with clients? And
Yes. So I have tarot reading specifically, like it's a coaching style reading. So my journey, I actually didn't like tarot at the start.
Because tarot's really quite complicated.
Yeah. It's intricate. You can read it in a few different ways. You can use it for divination, like speaking to the other side. You can use it just for reading intuitively, or you can read it as the structure that it is, kind of. There's hundreds of different spreads you can do. You can make up your own ones. Like, it's limitless, really. There's numerology in it. There's astrology. There's facial expressions. There's colours. There's archetypes. There's influences in your life. There's all different things in it. So I didn't like it at the start. I remember thinking like, oh, I don't really like this. And then I don't even know when the switch happened, but I was doing a couple of psychic development courses and like for myself, and then diving into like all of that. And then I just picked up the deck one time and was like, oh, I totally get this now.
Yeah, it's complicated. It must take a moment like that, because I remember buying a deck of tarot cards and reading all about it, and I was just like, there's so much information, I just can't, and I'll just pull out like that animal card or something now. But it must take that. You must need to feel like ready, and this is for me, because it clearly wasn't for me or at that time. But that's really interesting that
and
you just
I love it. And you get in counselling and therapy, you get picture cards. So you would get people to like look at the picture and see what they feel. So sometimes I do that, or like, I'm not a counsellor or anything, but like, it's just nice for people to be able to like, it's not like you have to go to some guru and they know all the answers and you don't. That's why I like to get people involved in it sometimes. Yeah. Because I'm like you can just do this as well for yourself. Obviously, it's nice just to go and get things done for yourself, though, isn't it?
No, definitely.
Like, I struggle to read my own cards. I don't know why. Like, would you feel like that?
I think it's probably because your head gets in, I think, because you then doubt, is this what it's actually telling me, or is this what I want it to tell me?
Like, it's so much easier. Yeah. It's so much easier to read for someone else. So I
was going to ask you,
I'll do it.
Do you want to like pull a wee card or something?
I've got my cards here. Should have probably brought a nicer deck of cards.
I was going to say, I love that.
These are my
old school ones.
They're so like, the edges are all like,
I love that though.
Black.
Lost.
Oh, well, they're not too bad actually, but you know, they've been like in the wee bag for ages. So
I like that wee bag.
So yeah, I love the cards just as and I think it gets people like thinking about their future. It gets people thinking about what they want to do next. So I always do just give them a wee shuffle. Right. So do you want me just to give you a guidance message, or do you want me to ask a question?
No, I think just a message. Yeah, guidance message is good.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll actually let you pick them. Okay. So we'll do you first, Amber.
Okay.
So just hold them, and no, you don't need to shuffle them, but you can just, if you're comfortable with it, although some people aren't.
Just have a flick.
Yeah, have a flick through, and then see what one feels like it's yours.
Okay.
Trust that feeling.
Trust the feeling.
So do you use tarot or you know the oracle?
Yeah. Medicine cards. Never connected with tarot either. I've got a deck, but kind of like Amber was saying, it just never felt
connected. I have one here. Will I turn it over?
Yeah.
King of Swords.
Interesting, because you were talking about your mind. You were talking about your logical mind. He's very logical. But he can be a wee bit too rigid sometimes. So it's about really leading with your, leading from a place of authority, like in yourself.
Yes.
That's what this is about. It's about like, it can be with technology as well. Those swords cards do resonate a lot with like using technology to get your voice across, which is something that you do.
Yeah.
But can you pick another card for me just so I can see?
That is like interesting though, because it goes with like everything you've been talking about today and things. Can I move them? Is it all right to like move them like this? Like, I don't know, because someone else's this one's just jumped, so here we go. Oh,
interesting.
Okay, what does this mean?
This is about
what
leaving
is this?
something behind.
Okay.
To go and find what you really need. So it's about Right, so this is really interesting because we were talking about intuition.
Why did you have to jump out at me?
I know. Moving without evidence. Moving without evidence is something, and this thing is causing you like a bit, like it doesn't feel in alignment with you anymore. You know that it's time to let it go.
Okay. Interesting.
I think that'll need to be a wee chat afterwards.
Right, do you want to...
Yeah.
I'm scared now.
Why? What? Yours are like, oh, this is real. This is not just a wee
real.
guidance message.
She's on me. She goes as deep as I do.
I can't I can't not though. What's the point? Otherwise, it's like
that's why I actually did like your readings and stuff because of the guidance side you brought in. There's so many obviously that kind of don't do that and focus more on it's just
what do you do my readings in my broadcast?
No, just in general, like on your page and stuff.
Yes. Oh no, yeah, I'm just like all guidance all the way.
Aye,
yeah.
Like for me, that's the main thing of it, isn't it?
Don't tell me something needs to change, but not help me. Tell me how to change it, or not how to, but just
The star.
Okay, amazing.
Oh.
Right, so you are as deep as the ocean. You're emotionally very deep. But there's alchemy that needs to happen here. So it's like turning your pain into power, receiving blessings, like speaking up. It's vulnerability, being okay with being vulnerable and being seen, because that's the star. So it's like I feel like that's everybody watching you and you're just doing your thing anyway, and you're naked, so there's like that's pretty vulnerable. But the star's actually a really nice card because
I'll tell you, I'm just thinking about last weekend here.
Same, that's what I was thinking
really?
of.
They were making us recording little things like
at least you weren't naked
for the intro and all that, like, and she's obviously a performer doing all these and Lisa from Braun the Brave was there watching, and I was just like, I cannot do this, that like you're putting me in
oh my god.
I'm like, this is childhood trauma, like I can't be on. I'm a Leo. And I do not
yeah. But then what's your moon?
Myself in that.
What's your moon?
Virgo.
What's that? Water?
No,
Earth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there's some, this is just like, this is about you, but there's blessings that come from being vulnerable.
Yeah.
So the more you can, I just want to say to you, remember if you feel things quite heavy, you feel things quite deeply, but you're always in control of what so you can do everything you want to do and feel okay.
Yeah.
That's it. Because I think there's like a tie of like, it's tying like being close, listening to people, being open, to being heavy, dense and exhausted.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be that way. Does that make
makes
sense?
Yeah.
So pick another card.
You'll be reading everyone in here. Everyone will be like,
yeah, you're not
pick
going
cards for
anywhere.
me.
We not got time after this. We in a hurry.
Oh my God. Okay, so the magician. Okay, so the magician, there's skills, untapped potential that you're not using that could be really taking you far, because you're supposed to bring heaven down to earth. You're an artist. You're a very creative person, but maybe you don't believe in your that you are that creative, or like it doesn't need to be in that you paint artwork and stuff like that.
No,
right?
definitely would not be that.
No, but there's an art of something, a craft within you. Number one's the beginning of something new as well. So what needs to end and what needs to start? Basically.
I can even feel like I can relate to that for you, because I think sometimes you're too scared of looking like you're like in your ego or whatever, and you actually are like a magician. You are very talented.
Yeah, but how scary is it when you know that you can be so powerful? Because it can come with a lot of backlash.
Yeah.
So I totally get you.
Yeah.
And I know there's people that don't resonate with me, and probably annoy people, or maybe, but then if someone sees you as, if someone doesn't see your magic, or they see you as intimidating, I had this American client that said to me, "Oh my God, I thought you were a total bitch until you opened your mouth." And I thought, yeah, that sounds about right, because people do think that, but that's okay. Maybe, and I'm also you don't have to live to please other people. And I think maybe I do look like that because I don't feel like I have to sit and smile unless I genuinely want to smile or, you know, just... But then other people are like, why are you not performing? I don't want to perform for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and that's totally valid.
Yeah.
Whereas my probably biggest wound, I would say, is that kind of like good girl, people pleaser, prover.
Yeah.
Like that's my
Absolutely.
big themes that are constantly getting worked through. So
the magician's saying, do it for yourself. Yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much. That was such a nice chat. And I'm sorry, Toni, you clearly didn't get the memo for the stripes.
I know.
At least we're kind of vibing with the colours.
String theory.
I know. But obviously she's wearing stripes. I'm wearing
Steal
stripes.
your card.
We are vibing with the colours though.
Yeah,
I know.
So
we
funny.
got that memo.
We're like a girl band. A Tommy
So
kitten.
can you see how the tarot can be quite helpful?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really helpful.
There you go.
Yeah.
We need
Thank
to do
you
a
so
whole
much.
other episode on tarot.
Yeah.
I could sit here for days talking about all
I know. Well, you can come back. We can do a part 2.
Yeah, part two.
Come back and we'll just do tarot because I loved chatting about all that you are doing with people's like higher
Yeah, the
timelines
healing
and
side. I see that as
Love
healing,
that.
what you're doing. That's
Thank you.
important.
And sorry, just to go back to what you asked me at the start, the image that woman drew for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
She drew me a path with a house, different houses off to the sides. And it won't mean anything to anyone here, but basically what it feels like is that I will go into all these different aspects of which makes sense to me now, but then it's going to make sense to me the last day of my life probably when I look back, is that, you know, I'm a very curious person, so I'm supposed to go into all these things. But ultimately, like, it takes me to the end, sort of. It was like a big white light at the end. So
Wow. That's nice. The white light sounds.
I like that because I think a lot of people do feel like they need to stay in their lane and this is my area of expertise, this is what I know. Whereas I've said the same as you, my beliefs change every bloody week, it feels like. So I'll say one thing one year and then the next year I'm like, no, I don't believe that anymore. Like, this is where I'm at now from learning this and doing that. And it is okay to move because that's true surrender if you're just following the breadcrumbs rather than doing what you think you need to be doing.
Yeah.
Loved that chat. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And where can we find you? At The Energy Artist on Instagram?
At The Energy Artist on Instagram, or I think you just type my name in, Donna Blaney, and that's it, yeah.
Donna Blaney, and we'll find her. And as always, you can find us at Tune to the Moon Pod, Instagram and TikTok. And thank you so much for watching, listening. If there are any questions, I'm sure Donna will be happy to answer them. Or maybe not. Maybe you'll be like that.
She'll see how she feels.
She'll see how she feels.
Yeah.
And yeah, as always, just pop the notifications on and leave us some feedback. If there's anybody else you want us to chat to, then our DMs are always open. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.